Hi, everybody. I'm starting a podcast. Jadrian Wooten from Virginia Tech University and I have begun Economics Happy Hour. I'm going to put in a very short clip here so you can get a sense of what it is. For more, to watch the entire podcast or to listen to the entire podcast, there's a link in the description for our Substack. Thank you to everybody who supports this channel by watching the videos, by your likes, by commenting, by subscribing to the channel. It means a lot, and I'm excited about this new opportunity. I think we have a great rapport. We're new at it, so we'd also appreciate your feedback. But that's all I'm going to say here. I'm going to go over to the video. See you in the next one. Both economics professors, and we're trying something new. We're thinking about doing a podcast or a regular series. The idea is just discuss current issues. We'll probably agree some of the time, disagree some of the time. The other part of it is to discuss this over a beer. So I have a Peak 15 cold IPA from Evergreen today. Jadrian, I don't know what you have.
So since I just moved to Virginia Tech, I felt it was very appropriate that I have a Hardywood Fightin' Hokies. It's a lager, but it is a beer that is an actual official collaboration with the university. The food science department contributes to it. So when you buy a Fightin' Hokie beer, you also contribute money back to scholarships at Virginia Tech. So I figured that was a good way to kick it off since I just started.
You win the beer one. And that's going to be tough to one up, I think, in a future if we do this again.
It's not a bad beer either. So I'm going to go ahead and pour it so that way I can get ready for our half hour together or 20 minutes or however long this takes.
I am going to do the same because, while I'm sure the beer will be delicious, beer out of a can is never as delicious as out of a glass. But
that should be a future talk, right? Is which one gives a higher utility?
Why is it? So the general idea, the general format, virtual cheers here. So the general format of what we're thinking of for this one, and then if we move in the future, is I'm going to talk a little bit about some scholarly articles. Sometimes they'll be current. Today's won't be. A little bit about an economics topic. And also then we want to relate, we both are into pop culture and economics and want to raise one kind of current situation we're thinking about and where pop culture shows up in economics. And we'll start with an explanation of economic concept that we'll discuss, but it also frames a little bit on why we're doing this, why we're trying this, which is the idea of opportunity cost.
So for me, right, opportunity cost, I think, so I'm a director of undergraduate studies. My focus is, right, how do I get the Virginia Tech program to be the best undergrad econ program in the state and in the country? And how do we get people excited about economics? And I think one way to do that is kind of talking about economics in a less academic form. I think for too many people, economics is about finance and the stock market and bonds and trade. It's about the people you see on the news talking about recessions and inflation and unemployment. And I wish people knew more about economics this way of thinking. And so I think to me, it works in outreach in a sense of maybe students will hear about it, students will get involved, students will like it. But I also think about it in the sense of, can there be a greater good that we can provide, not just to our students, not just to alumni, but to just the population who's interested in learning about how economists think about things, disagree about things. I think that's the hardest thing about economics so we're in a college of science. Students are always really confused. Like, why is econ a science? And I always joke that physics and engineering and chemistry, they have it easy, right? Because molecules and particles don't talk to each other. They don't have feelings. So they know exactly what's going to happen. For us, it's hard. And so I think it's really fun to talk to somebody about that and to show that economics is about life, but that economists disagree about things. And it doesn't mean that one of us is right and one of us is wrong. It's just we have different opinions about what's the best way to go forward. And we have different definitions about what's best, which is, I think, was going to be fun too.
Yeah. No, I mean, you raise a good point. Part of it is, in terms of other benefits, I mentioned a couple possible benefits. The opportunity cost is clear. It's time, and time is sparse. And whether it's time, kind of personal time, a little bit less time relaxing and watching the World Cup highlights. We're recording this the day the U.S. just beat Iran to advance to the round of 16. Or it's work, other work things I could be doing, which, most of those have to get done anyway. So it's but then the benefit of the individuals who see it, that's outreach, that's the benefit, as you say, for Virginia
Mhm.
Tech, or for me for Susquehanna, which for those watching who don't know, I think everybody would know where Virginia Tech is. I'll mention Susquehanna. We're a private liberal arts university in central Pennsylvania. Economics department is ranked number 29th in the liberal arts universities, according to I believe it's the St. Louis Federal Reserve. So I've got to tout that. And business school, I'm dean of the business school. A couple of things about our business school: we're AACSB accredited in a private liberal arts environment, which is rare. There are literally 9 of us in the world. And we're, at least to my knowledge, the only business school that guarantees students an internship in a foreign country. So a little bit about Susquehanna for those who are wondering, what in the world is that word you're saying? If you're familiar with Pennsylvania, you'll know there's a Susquehanna River as well, and we're right on the river. But
in Selinsgrove, Pennsylvania. So you got to say where it's at too. That way it gets
Selinsgrove,
confusing.
Pennsylvania. There's a bunch of other pop culture stuff, but I'll save those for the next episode.
Oh yeah, we've got plenty of pop culture to talk about. I think that's going to be the easy one.
That will be
for
the
both
easy
of us.
one. Well, Jadrian, it was nice chatting. I mean, for us, this is just fun, I think. But
Matt, it's good. How much of your beer do you have left? I feel like I saved it just for the end. Perfect.
About the same. So cheers. And